walk around an area and I'm going to show you guys some things. And I want you to remember at the end, towards the end of this live, I want you to remember the things that I am going to show you. Okay? This is all about navigating these high prices. First up, look at those. See those? Those are metal things. They're down in the ground, but take a look at them. Okay? Remember those. All right? Now, we're going to walk over here. This is a bike rack. This is what it is. Remember the bike rack. Okay? Remember the bike rack. All right. So we're going to go over here. And I want you all to remember everything that I show you. Okay? Now, this is something that you can remember, but I'm not sure it'll apply to everyone. It says take a book, leave a book. Okay? Now, we're going to go on over here. We're going to go on over here. And good morning. Please, I want you all to remember everything I show you, there's a purpose behind it. This is a bench, just a bench. You see it? It's not that high off the ground, though. See? I can step on it. All right? So it's not that high. All right? You got your swings. Okay? You got these poles right here. You see this concrete over here? Remember the concrete. It's in levels, it's in stages. That's a lower one. This is a little higher. They go up. You can see where they go up at. All right? Now, walking over here. Here's another one. You're going to think this is just a simple lamp pole, but look at the concrete base. Pay attention to that concrete base and remember it. Over here, we have a world of things. Take a look at the slide, okay? Yes, I'm in a park. I'm in a children's park. Look at this up here. Take a look at this right here. Yes, it moves around, but it can also stay still. Look at this bar up here. If you're tall enough, I can touch it. I can't really grab it, okay? Look at these. Look at these and look at these stairs, okay? Now, from there, there's a few more things, but I'm gonna leave it right there. All right. Now, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. How is everyone doing? Hope everyone's having an amazing day today. I want you all to remember those things. Okay, remember those things. Each one that I showed you. Those are basic things, okay? But there's a point to those basic things. That's why I showed them to you before I even started out here walking, okay? And it's a beautiful day out here. It's beautiful. It's sunny. It was supposed to be cloudy. It's a little chilly, but it's comfortable. It's really comfortable. So we've got high prices just about everywhere, okay? We have high prices everywhere. Tennis courts over there. Gas is astronomical. Food is astronomical. Regular things are astronomical. It'll make it worse before it gets better. But we have to keep living. Many of us have to keep driving. We have to keep going. But where we work at, what we do for a living, whatever our source of income is, it's not going to necessarily increase. Let me show you this. There's some more. See, there's some more of those things. Okay, those are for bikes for now. And just because your prices go up, something's on my leg. Just because the prices go up, it does not mean that we are allowed, that we are able. Oh, those are some beautiful flowers. See those beautiful flowers over there? It does not mean that we are allowed, we are able that we even should stop doing the things that we are accustomed to doing, one, things that we need to do, number two. Okay? We have to keep living one way or another. So, do you cut back? Do you make adjustments? What do you do? This is a living war out here, and we have to fight back. And the way we fight back is we become more resourceful. Okay? When I say we become more resourceful, we have to do things that maybe we aren't accustomed to doing. We have to do things that maybe we once did, but no longer thought we have to do or ever have to do again. One thing, there are many resources out here that we don't necessarily think of because maybe, just maybe for the past several years, we didn't necessarily have to think of it. So we didn't. If you are someone that eats out all the time and you have children or grandchildren, there are a multitude of restaurants that will have free food for children under a certain age, a full plate. Okay? You have to frequent places like those. Is it going to be the McDonald's that they probably crying that they probably don't need anyway? No. But kids adjust. If it's something kid friendly on the menu, they adjust. That's one. A lot of places have free this and free that on your birthday, on their birthday, on anybody's birthday. Cake places. You can go on your birthday to Publix. Anybody got a Publix near you? You can get a free cake, a whole cake. We have to write down every single thing like this. And every day, we need to look at our list and say, okay, what can we do today? What can we get? How can we navigate today? Hey, sweet. What's that? Hey, sweet. I can't even see it. I'm say sweets, okay? Because I can't even see it. Yes. That's why I search for ways people older than me that I can go back to. Absolutely. When we do go out, instead of saying, okay, I'm running to the pharmacy right now, and I know I need to pick up some things at the grocery store, I'm going to pick those up too. But the grocery store is over here, the pharmacy's over there. First thing, and it's your favorite grocery store, so you go in there, okay? Your prescriptions is at the pharmacy, so you go into that one. But you need to map it out because maybe shortest distance between any two places is a straight line. So maybe by you taking the back road and around the corner, it's not really the fastest way, the easiest way. It's your way because that's what you're accustomed to doing. You take that way, you like that road, so you go that way. But map it out. If you have multiple places to go, make them in a row, okay? You should be stopping at the first place, then the next place, and it should be in order of the distance or the location to where they are, not zigzagging back and forth. You don't go someplace that's 15 miles away, then go back to a place that's 5 miles away, then go to a place that's 8 miles away. No, you can either drive to the longest one, go all the way out 15 minutes, come back to 8, come back to 5, come back home. Or you can go in the opposite 5, 8, 15, back home. Use your library. Some libraries, depending on where it is, not all, have free movie streaming services. Of course, they got free books. They also have free programs. Many of them give out free tickets to museums, give you something to do. So we look for our free stuff. And for all my Starbucks people, I'm not a Starbucks person. Starbucks is actually too strong for me, and I'm not gonna pay for that Starbucks when I can make my coffee at home. However, I know there are plenty of people that are diehard Starbucks coffees. You're gonna get that coffee no matter what. Now, don't quote me on this one. I just looked up this one recently, and I'm not exactly sure how it works. There is a free refill you can get at Starbucks. It's with a certain cup, I believe, but you can look into it. I don't know how often you can get it, but if it's just once a month, if it's just once a month, that's close to $10 you save right there. And the money you save by doing all this, put it somewhere. Don't say, oh, I got an extra $50. What can I buy? Nothing. You can buy yourself a savings. You can tuck it away somewhere. All right. So that you have that little extra, and it will add up. Oh my God, faster than you know, way faster than you know. It'll add up. Okay. Yes. Even Amazon has gas discount called Emily. Yes. No, that's not what that say. Earnify. I said Emily. Says not what that says. Earnify. Exactly. Exactly. You know, there are ways to navigate it without being frustrated. When you go in the grocery store to buy your groceries, okay? Don't ignore the manager special, especially if it's something you can take home and freeze, okay? Don't ignore those. I see a lot of people in the store overlooking them like, I don't want anything on sale. I guess you don't want to eat. Oh my God. I always shop the manager special. I just make sure that there's still a day or two on it, and I bring it home and immediately freeze it. And I'm good. Okay? A lot of things say best buy. That doesn't mean that it's spoiled, you can't use it, you can't eat it past that date. It means it is best by that date. It is its most flavorful by that date. Okay? So if you consume it 2 or 3 days after that, probably gonna still be the same. But now if you're a week or two out, the flavor might be a little flatter or not as pungent or something like that. That doesn't mean it's not good. That doesn't mean you can't eat it. Okay? Back to the libraries, huge resource, huge resource. And don't forget, if you can ride with someone, share a ride, I mean someone you know. I'm not talking about the Ubers and the Lyfts. I'm talking about the neighbor and the friend. I'm talking about the relative. If you know somebody that you talk to, you hang out with, or it's going your way, and you say, you know what? I need to go to the grocery store. Do you? How about we go together? Both of us don't need to use up our gas and we going to the same place almost at the same time. All right? What's going on right now? But I've been out here walking. I've made it almost close to a mile now. And I see cops everywhere. I'm like, did something happen? And this one is blocking somebody's driveway. Mm, They blocking somebody's driveway. So I don't know if something happened there, if they try to turn around, or if they just doing something on their phone. It looks to me like they sitting there because they got their hand up on their face or on their window. That's about the fourth one I've seen just since I've been walking. I didn't say nothing in the beginning. It's a mind my own business. But come on now, I never see people like that out here. Whatever. At any rate, back to the navigating our back to navigating our financial situation right now. So these are some of the things we have to look for coupons. Look for coupons. They still exist. All right? Use your coupons. Ask your store. Okay, do you still take coupons and store coupons? Can I double up? If I see a store coupon and a manufacturer's coupon, can I stack them? So I got $1 off for the manufacturer coupon and I see it's 50 off right here. So can I get $1.50 off? That's called stacking coupons. I used to be one of those people that had the big notebook of coupons. I could go to the grocery store and only pay taxes when I came out. Plenty of times I go to the grocery store, they owe me money. They wouldn't give it to me, they zero it out. But at the end of the day, they should have. Most of the time, I pick up anything I could find quickly just to use that little change that they should have been giving me back to use it up. That's what you call stacking. It's still good today. I stacked coupons the other day. Got $10 off, spent $30, my bill was 20. The $10 is in my pocket. So we have to think about things like that. I didn't say it was going to be easy, but it is most doable. And we can navigate this. One thing you can do when it comes to fuel, if at all possible, I want everybody, whoever can start looking at your gas gauge inside your car. And when that gauge hits a half a tank, I want you to act like you on E and get to the gas station ASAP. I know that a lot of you all may have heard your car. Oh, he getting somebody, y'all. Come on, camera. He getting somebody. He was sitting there to get people. Look at that. He's getting. You see that? He's getting somebody. Okay. Wow, live in action, y'all. Live in action. Yes. All right. Okay. I don't know what the guy did. I saw him turn the corner, but I don't know. Mind my own business. Well, when it gets to half of a tank, I want you all to act like it's on E. A lot of you all have probably heard that your car operates better when it's on a full tank of gas. And that's true. Not only does it operate better, you consume less fuel. And I'm not just talking about that one. That is true. My father was over the entire United States Postal Service trucking area. I don't even know what you call it, but the big 18 wheelers you see from the post office, he was over the whole region of that. He was also a mechanic. That mechanic put me through college, put me through school, put me through a lot. That mechanic got me my first car because he was good at what he did. He had a shop at home. He'd go to work and work all day, come home and fix cars. That was his hustle to make sure I was able to go to school, to make sure we had food on the table, to make sure we didn't lack for anything that we needed. There was plenty we wanted that we didn't get. Don't get me wrong, okay? Don't get me wrong. Okay, I guess they were slowing down. They thought I was coming out there. But I said that to say, he taught me that. And to this day, I do that, okay? Now, do I ever let my car get low? Oh, well, yeah, sometimes. But in times like these, I don't. I don't. When my car gets on half of a tank, I'm on E, all right? I'm on E. Do not, do not forget to get your oil changed. I know you say I can't get the oil change. Get the oil change because your car is not gonna break down. Okay? It is something about keeping that oil change. That maintenance is big. But one of the most important things you can do is get that oil change and keep it changed every 3 months, every 3,000 miles, whichever comes first. So 4,000 miles. It's going to depend on your vehicle. Some of these newer vehicles can go longer. Okay, if you're not running the streets, they may say, they may give you a date. Oh, you need to come back on May 10th to get your oil changed or X amount of miles. Wait till you get to the miles. Don't go by the date because the date is an average calculated date based off of what they think you should drive in that amount of time. So go off of your miles. You got to write the miles down, write them down. Okay. These things are preventive, but they help us in the long run navigate. A $50, $60 oil change, and I don't know how much everybody's car would cost to get their oil change. It's going to vary, but I'm just using this as a rounded number. $50, $60 to get your oil change is well worth it than a breakdown and you can't go nowhere. And it costs you anywhere from 500 or 600 to over 1,000 to get your car fixed. We have to say, what can we do? So you say, okay, I can't get my oil changed because I don't have the money to get my oil changed. Well, if you do the other things, if you use the coupons in the store, if you look for the manager special, if you buy what's on sale, if you cut back, if you use the resources for free things and not spend money to go here and go there, if you don't go as many places as you would normally go just because you out and about and can go, that $10 here and $5 there is your oil change. That's why I said in the beginning, don't spend that money. It's a trade-off. It's a trade-off. But right now, it's nothing that we can really do about the gas prices. It's nothing we can really do about the food prices, except for navigate it. There's always a way. And some of these habits can be used even when the prices go back down, because then you'll save even more. Yes, yes. All mine or free. That's excellent, Ola Joe. That is excellent. Now, Ola Joe, you probably get a lot of discounts that a lot of us don't get. I don't know if yours is free because you have a military discount or just because of the deal you got. But for those of us who don't have it free, and that is amazing that you get yours for free. Yes, I'll fill mine when I use a quarter tank. That's even better. That's even better. Also, with the full tank of gas, no matter what the price is, if an emergency arises, if an emergency arises and you need to get out, go in a hurry, You don't have to worry about it. We always talk about the bug out bag and the get home bag. Well, if something were to happen and they came to evacuate, and you can't even get out because you're like, oh, my tank is on E. Keep a half a tank to a full tank at all times. My thing is full tank, full tank. Also, too, you may find that if you're not going as much, you're not filling up as much. Therefore, when you do fill up on a half a tank, you might be spending $20 or $30, which might have been the amount you used to fill up on. But if you're not going as much and you're not making unnecessary stops, unnecessary trips, then that's going to last. So you're really spending the same amount of money. You're just moving it differently. That's all. You're just moving it differently. Yes. Another way to save is to volunteer. Yes. Volunteer. Yes. I tear tickets and or usher at 2 local theaters and cinemas. You get to see everything. Yes. That is a good one, CNDB. That is a good one. Volunteer. Yes. When you volunteer, you get amazing perks that come with that. Not only are you doing a good public service, you're reaping benefits as well. That's a real good one. Thank you for mentioning that. Yes, 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 yes. CVS $5 for a month for free delivery. See, so pay the $5. If you're somebody that's going to have CVS deliver a lot, pay the $5. It's cheaper than paying the delivery fee here and there. And if you use it more than once, and that delivery fee is more than $5 more than once, you've already saved just by getting that. If it's only twice that month. So yes, that is amazing. Now, when we first started, I showed you all a bunch of stuff, stuff, stuff in the playground of my community park. I showed you a couple of different bike rails. I showed you a retaining wall that had different levels. I showed you the swing set. I showed you the kids slide, the sliding board. Good morning. I showed you, what else I showed you? Like the monkey bar thing. I can't even think what you call it right now. I showed you a bunch of stuff. For all my gym rats, you don't need a gym membership. Just go to the park. Everything, even the kiddie slide, try walking up that slide, okay? I'm just saying. Try walking up that slide. You're not gonna slide down it. Walk up that slide a few times, all right? The steps to get up the slide, or steps you can walk for stepping. The retaining wall, you can do, I don't know what you call it. I'm just gonna call it elevated push-ups. And depending on your height and your strength, you can go lower or you can use the higher ones. The swings, those are just fun. You can take your rest on the swings, okay? And yes, I swing from time to time. I am 67 years old and I go swing. Yeah, buddy, it's fun. And I don't have my grands with me. I just go get on the swings. There's no sign up. Say age limit. Might be a weight limit, but it's not an age limit. Good morning. So yes, the swings on the what I call the monkey bars for pull-ups and all that stuff. Yeah, buddy. The bike rails, it gives you a rail to hold on to if you want to do squats or something like that. You can get creative with everything I showed you. Good morning, joyously. Yes, you can get creative. You don't need nothing. Your body weight is one of the most powerful things you have to exercise with. Your body weight. And that playground is free. Playground is open. Now, it's not open probably 24/7 because usually park and communities close at dark, but it's open early and it's open every day. Okay. Even on holidays, they open. All right. Then when you finish working out, you can do what I'm doing now. You can walk. Yes, you can. You can walk. So let's navigate and not be stressed and worried about it. Not thinking, oh, if you buy things that you find on sale. And I'm going to tell you something. Look when you go in the store. Now, this may not be your most healthiest option, okay? But it puts a little something, something in your freezer just in case. Because things went south, really far south, and you couldn't get anything because there's no store open or whatever the situation may be. These are things that I even have because I know that at the end of the day, when it comes to food and living, something is better than nothing. Now, we can go a long time without food, depending on the person, 2 to 3 weeks sometimes before you even start feeling the effects. But not, you cannot go without water. Probably 72 hours is going to be your max, if that. And not everybody can go there. But there are many stores. Matter of fact, every store I've been in that I live around, Harris Teeter's, Publix, Food Line. I can't think of any more off the top of my head, but there's more. Anyway, if you go to the section of the store, ah, lunch meat is kept, not the deli section, the prepackaged lunch meat, the hot dogs, that section. Whenever you're in the grocery store, just take a look. What you're looking for is anything in the cabinets that is first, it needs to be on sale. Buy one, get one free. Okay. Then, coupled with that, it needs to have a manager's tag on it. $3 off, $4 off, $2 off. Sometimes you'll find things that will just say $3 off. And if you look at the actual price of it, it's $2.99. Well, if you find the ones that are buy one, get one free, and then it has a manager special on top of it, let's just say the regular price is $5.99. Buy one, get one free. That means each individual package is $3, roughly. We ain't counting that little penny. $3. But it has a manager's special on it. $3 off. Tell me in the comments how much does that cost you? Tell me in the comments. How much would that pack of hot dogs or that pack of bologna or whatever? And everything can be frozen if it's packaged right, you can freeze it. So tell me, anybody know? Exactly. Yes. Nothing. So why not take a couple home or as many as you want and put it in the freezer? Hello. If it really came down to it and you didn't have anything, or maybe somebody else you run into somebody that doesn't have anything. And you say, well, you know what? I got these sausages. You can have those. You didn't pay nothing for them. Hello. They have that on. They have that on a lot. Mostly it is the prepackaged food, but occasionally you'll find it in the fresh meats. You'll find it in the dairy section, like yogurt, stuff like that. Just look for that. Look for that, okay? Yes, this is a great tip. Thank you. You're welcome. Look for that question. Should I deaf question? Should a deaf gynecologist be called? Okay, well, Ola Joe's gonna handle that question because it's something probably needs to be removed. Ola Joe, if you in here, I don't have an answer for that question, and if I did, I wouldn't. So there you have it. All right. I'm not a medical professional. I'm not a lawyer, a doctor. I'm not an Indian chief. I'm just Pam, okay? And everything I'm talking about is my opinion or what I do. All right? All right? Yes. So that's what I feel. All right? But look for those. I have found that on milk, yogurt, especially the processed food. That's why I started out saying it's not your healthiest option. But tell me, if push really came to shove, if push really came to shove, and you needed something to eat in order to survive, we're not talking about eating this every day. We're not talking about eating. You're going to take a couple of bites of it just to get something into your system, or you're going to eat a small amount of it just to get something in your system to help you remain stable, to help you continue to think so that you can move forward and get what you need to get. Now, that being said, the next thing, and this by far is something everybody should be doing, one way or another. You need to grow your own. Then you wouldn't be worried about the store. Can you grow everything? No. But you can grow something. And you may say, I don't have an outside space, or I don't have, or I'm not allowed to put anything outside because all I have is a front and a couple of steps, and they won't allow us to put anything out there. That's fine. You got a window, don't you? Right? Right? You got a window, right? Find the sunniest window you got. And if you can't find a sunny window, get you a grow light, put it under lights. You can also grow hydroponically. A lot of these things don't cost very much at all. Okay? Get a sunny window. Grow something that you either like and want to eat or can eat that's substantial. Okay? You can take one potato, just one potato from the grocery store. Even, there to go to sheriffs again. What in the world is going on over here? Jesus. Anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. Uh, one potato, let it sprout, put it in your pantry or a dark space or something. Let it sprout. These little bugs. See, that's why I got all this stuff. I got some on top of my head, even though I got my visor on. I still got some. Because I'm walking through all kind of little creepy crawlers. There they go again. I hope that was one that turned around. What is going on? Anyway, getting ready to say. I don't even know what I was talking about, y'all. That threw me off. Yep, I have garden, veggie garden. Yes, tomatoes, peppers, lettuce, basil, and potatoes are the easiest to grow. Yes, they are. You can take one potato, let it sprout, and every little sprout that's on there, every little one. If you cut the potato so that you have one sprout on every little piece you cut off, that's how many starts you got. And potatoes go a long way. You can fry them, bake them, boil them. If you don't eat meat, you can eat a potato. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Air fry, oven, grill, skillet, fry, everything but raw. Okay? I actually planted just about everything that I'm going to plant. I got a couple of empty pots that I need to plant in, but I got everything planted morning. Yesterday, And when I get back, I'm going live on the Scaredy Cat Gardener. If anybody wants to see my garden and see what I'm growing, I'm going to be live in my garden. It's going to be the first tour of my garden. And I don't have a big garden. Matter of fact, that's something I'm going to do while I'm out there. I'm going to stand back and show you all the actual length and width of my garden. I think it's probably 12 by 12 with a couple of pots on the outside of it. I don't have a big garden. I don't have acres. I'm not even gardening in ground. Everything I grow is in containers. Everything. I've got a mulberry tree. I've got blueberry bushes, pink lemonade, blueberries. I got lemon trees. I have Swiss chard, lettuce, tomatoes, cucumber, hibiscus. I've got stuff I can't remember. I got sugar baby watermelons. I'm trying to grow black diamond watermelons this year. 12 by 12. Everything is in a pot. I have nothing in ground. I've got asparagus, oregano, thyme, lemon balm, mint. Guess y'all say, in that little space, golden raspberries, bay leaf trees, too. Radishes. What else I got? I can't even think of it. Yes, hi Pam, we ready. Yes, yes, me too. All my garden is in contain. Absolutely. People say, why don't I have a yard? But people say, why aren't you growing in your yard? It's a couple of reasons. Number one, I don't know what's down up in that soil. And I'm not about to dig up the entire yard and put soil so far deep in it to grow anything in it. When I was younger and lived in an apartment, it was an apartment complex. Y'all see, I slowed down. I'm going up a hill and I'm almost at my turning spot where I literally walk back to my car. So that means we've almost reached the 2 mile mark. So I probably end up walking about 3 miles. I'm taking y'all all the way. Let me see. I just hit 2 miles. I got my walking app on and it just said, whew, I'm tired. It just said I hit 2 miles. So I'll probably end up walking 3.5 miles total. I'm taking y'all with me today. So y'all with me. I usually get off about now. I'm taking y'all with me. So they say, why don't you? I'm gonna let the person go and they let they know. You go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, okay. They like things in a hurry. Thank you. Oh gosh. Hurry across the street. Okay. Up the hill. This is a steep hill. Ooh, I'm tired, y'all. Tired. But you gotta keep going when you're tired. Okay. Now something's going on up in this area. And I don't know what it is. But I'm gonna find out later today. I don't know if they're looking for somebody or what. I'm gonna flip this around. It's another one. He's sitting in the middle of the thing. And the thing about it is this is a sheriff. Sheriffs don't usually be around. Why is the sheriff up here? Then we're gonna get back to the garden. I don't know if y'all can see it yet or not, but this is where I cross it. And he is literally on the freaking crosswalk, I think. Excuse me. But that means I'm gonna have to walk in the grass to get around him. He is. He on the crosswalk. I'm like, so people crossing the street got to walk in the grass or walk around because he's sitting on the crosswalk. So that means I can't cross without walking through the grass. And I'm crossing because this is where I cross at every single time. See the crosswalk, the lights. I'm gonna press the button. I'm gonna press the button. And we're gonna walk here. Because yes, I need to walk. I need to walk. I need to cross the street. And I gotta go on the grass, in the grass. And they stop me because they see me. Thank you. And I'm walking. I gotta walk all the way over here to walk in the grass. And they stop me because they seeing him. And I can't even get across. Okay, back to the garden. All right. Whew. That's messed up. Anyway, mind my business. I'm trying. All right. So they want to know why I don't garden in the ground. As I was saying, when I lived in the apartment complex and they started building more apartments across the street from mine, and they were starting, the plumbing was getting ready to start. They stopped because they literally brought in people with hazmat suits on, full cover, looked like astronaut suits. And they were taking out drums, drums after drums. These drums apparently had been buried in the ground. So I would probably plant a tree or two in a yard. But for the most part, I grow in containers because I can control it. I know what soil I'm buying. I know what I'm putting in the soil. And I don't have to worry about what's in the, there you go again. That's that section. That was on another stuff. Something's going on up in here, guys. I don't know what it is. But at any rate, so I don't know what's in the soil. I don't know how I can control the soil if it's in ground. So growing in containers is convenient. Also, I can move it. If something really is in a bad spot, I literally this year, I moved about 50% of my garden. I moved where my blueberry bushes were and I realigned things. And if y'all come over with that live, then you'll see how I realigned it because I can control what's in the soil. I know what will be in my food, okay? Because I'm growing it, I'm putting it in there. So these are the reasons why I don't grow in ground. There's nothing wrong with growing in ground. And to be honest, to grow in ground, you will yield more food, more fruit, more vegetables, more whatever, more herbs. You will yield more. And in some ways, it's a lot less work. Because if you can't get out, if it gets dry, it hasn't rained, and you can't get out, the roots, when you are in ground, will continue to go down. It will continue to search for its own food, its own water. This is why wildflowers and people can forage for berries and things and they grow. Nobody's tending to those. They're in the wild. So when they need moisture, when they need liquid, when they need whatever, they grow down and they find it. Another thing with growing in containers, they do dry out a little faster. I found using mulch helps that a lot. But I will probably always grow in containers. The only thing that I'm looking forward to doing is to change the type of containers that I am currently growing in. And you'll see that. You'll see what I want to evolve into over time. But yeah, grow your own. Then you don't have to worry about it. And then, and I'm going to tell you something, and a lot of you all who also grow, who have gardens, probably going to laugh at this one. But one of the, I shouldn't say one of, but the most amazing thing to me when I first started growing, see, I haven't been growing that long. I have been growing now for about 6 years. And when I first started growing, unfortunately, my father had a garden when I was growing up. But unfortunately, I didn't pay attention. I wasn't paying attention. All I knew is I get to play in the water while he was watering. And as I grew older, I would go out there and water for him. Did not pay a bit more attention than the man on the moon. All of my grandparents, all four of them, father's side and mother's side, had passed by the time I was 3. I didn't have a lot of elders because my parents were older when they had me. That being said, I didn't have anyone to learn gardening from. My gardening was trial and error for the most part. So the most amazing thing to me when it comes to gardening was that one seed produces an entire plant full of food. So you go to the dollar store and buy seeds. Well, it's not a dollar store anymore, but you can buy a pack of seeds real cheap. And it can have 50, 60 seeds in there. And, we all drop a few just in case some don't germinate. But it only takes one. Just one. Oh my God. I'm still amazed at that. One seed for an entire plant that then has a ton of seeds in it that you can then save. And you don't have to buy seeds anymore. So you can even grow herbs on your kitchen counter. You don't need much light. You don't need much of anything. So I say, grow something. Grow something. Watch your surroundings, man. What I am. And I have my little trusty friend here. I showed this in another video. This literally expands about 3, almost 4 feet. And all I got to do is swing it. I don't have to swing it hard. Oh my gosh. So, yes, I am absolutely pay attention to my surroundings. Oh, look at these beautiful flowers. And believe it or not, I am approaching the 3-mile mark, being back at my car. So you all have actually really walked with me today. This is pretty much the track that I walk. As time goes on, sometimes I walk further. Oh, and this hill right here, this may not look like a hill, but baby, see how you can't see past where that car is? Because it's all uphill up there. I am walking up that hill as we speak. Ooh, and baby, it's tall. Yes, because I haven't been walking that much. Ooh, it's a hill. It's a hill, y'all. Had to turn around and look so I can cross this street. Okay. Yes. So once I get up this hill, there's a yellow sign up here. Whew. Once I get up that hill, I'm pretty much back. Oh, this hill is the last struggle. Like I say, even when I look at it in the camera, oh, It don't look like much of a hill, but when you on foot, woo, oh wow. So I don't know if y'all can see the yellow sign up ahead, but I'm going to let you all go. And it's probably going to be a couple of hours before I go live in the garden because I got to go home and rest, drink some water, chill out for a minute. But I will post it, and that is the Scaredy Cat Gardener. I will also post a link on the community tab on this channel. Thank you, Ola Joe, for dropping that link. Ola Joe has put the link in the, whew, y'all can tell I'm tired now. I can't hardly talk, in the chat. So I appreciate you, girl. Thank you. Y'all see the yellow sign? That means I go around the corner and I'm back. All right. Oh my goodness. Whew, I'm tired. That's okay. It's going to be good for me in the end. So I'll either see you all on the next walk or I'll see you all over in the garden. Bye bye.